All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I just would like to start by sincerely thanking each of you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to join today's webinar. I truly appreciate your presence and your interest in being here. I'm Afnan from Blue Cubit Consulting, and today we're going to explore a critical topic for every organization, which is how unmanaged productivity impacts performance, engagement, and business outcomes. At Blue Cubit Consulting, we specialize in helping organizations understand how work gets done, where inefficiencies exist, and how teams can perform more effectively through better visibility and insights. So, before we go deeper, let me ask you something. How confident are you that you are truly understand how your team spends their workday? So, we will discuss why many organizations struggle to measure productivity accurately and why remote and hybrid teams face new challenges and why visibility is a critical factor in team performance. As you can see here, this is our roadmap for this session today. We will start with the reality of modern work, then look at hidden productivity costs, moving to the risks of remote and hybrid setups, and finally, explore how organizations can begin to address these challenges conceptually before diving into solutions in future sessions. As we all know, work today is no longer confined to a single office. Teams are distributed, and managers cannot physically observe how work happens. So, do you rely more on reports and meetings or actual visibility into daily work patterns? If I just ask you right now who's overloaded and who's underutilized, would you know with certainty? Like for many leaders, the answer is not clear. And that is where the challenge begins. Decisions are often based on assumptions rather than facts, creating blind spots in productivity and engagement. Many managers rely solely on meetings or output reports. This approach missing the real picture. For instance, who's overloaded, who's underutilized, and where inefficiencies are hidden. And this creates a situation where leaders are making decisions without full visibility, essentially managing in the dark. So, do you believe being busy always equal being productive? Like, have you ever felt your team is working hard, but results don't fully reflect that effort? This gap is where many inefficiencies are hidden. Okay. Activity can be mistaken for productivity. An employee may appear busy, but that doesn't mean the work is high value, right? Misguiding productivity leads to inefficiency and poor performance management. So let me elaborate on that. When I said an employee appears busy but is not delivering high value outcomes, it's important to clarify what I mean. This is not about employees being unproductive, disengaged, or wasting time. In many cases, these are actually highly committed, hardworking individuals who are putting in significant effort. So the challenge here is not the effort itself, it's how that effort is directed. So, without clear priorities, visibility, and guidance, even top performers can spend time on tasks that are low impact, misaligned with business goals, or simply not the best use of their skills. So, the real issue is not productivity at the individual level, it's alignment and direction at the organizational level. When we provide the right guidance, clarity, and focus, we don't increase effort. We unlock the full value of the effort that already exists. So, do you currently have a clear way to detect burnout before it becomes a problem? Yeah, I know at some point you can figure out we face in some cases of that, but what if it's gonna be too late? So, how do you ensure high performers are not being overworked? Like without visibility, these issues often go unnoticed, right? These hidden costs directly impact business outcomes, time lost to distractions or poorly allocated tasks. Employee burnout and unfair evaluations can all silently erode performance and engagement. So, in a remote or hybrid setup, how do you ensure accountability without micromanaging? Did you think about that before? What challenges do you face when you're trying to support or coach your team remotely? You know, these are challenges most organizations are still trying to solve. Remote and hybrid setups amplify these problems. Managers cannot see day to day work patterns, making it harder to provide guidance, recognize achievements, or even identify early signs of stress, right? So let's make it more clear. I'm going to share an example. When we go to a doctor, do we start with a treatment? Nope. We first describe the symptoms, what we feel, what's not working, right? So now think about what every, why no? Okay. Okay, now think about everything we discussed. Unclear productivity, burnout risks, lack of visibility, what these are. Symptoms, right? But it's not about your body, it's about your organization. So a good doctor is going to immediately prescribe medicine? Nope. The first step is diagnose the problem to understand what is really happening, what it caused that. And this is where many organizations struggle. They try to fix productivity without fully understanding it. Organizations can start to address these issues conceptually by adopting a data driven mindset. Understanding how work is actually performed allows leaders to make informed decisions, balance workloads, and coach effectively before introducing any tool. And that's exactly what we're going to discuss in the next webinar. When decisions are made without visibility, they are often based on what? Assumptions, right? So, how often are your decisions based on real data versus assumptions? Be honest with yourself. This directly impacts performance, fairness, and employee engagement. Now tell me what is going to happen when visibility is improved. Teams perform better, managers can make fairer decisions, align tasks with strategic priorities, and support employees proactively. So all of which drives measurable business impact. So what is the first step toward improvement? Understanding the problem. Visibility gaps, productivity misconceptions, and remote work challenges must be recognized before any tool or solution is introduced. And most importantly, understanding the symptoms come before medicine. This is the fact. All right, this is going to be the end of the webinar. So let me ask you last question. When a doctor prescribes the medicine, what does he give you? He's not just give you the medicine itself, right? But an instructions on how to take it, how much, how often, and for how long. Why? Because without instructions, the medicine may not work or could even cause harm. Data in an organization works on the same way. You can have a lot of numbers and reports, but without guidance, they don't automatically help you improve results. This is where dashboards and report tools come in. They act like instructions for your data. They show in what matters most, helping you decide when to act, and even guiding you on how to use your team's effort effectively. Just like medicine, the right use of data can make a big positive impact, and misusing it or ignore it can reduce result, even if your team is working hard. So in the next webinar, we will see how to turn insights into real action. You can also request a private consultation to see how this works specifically for your team. So anyone has any questions, any concern? All right, thank you for attending, and I'm looking forward to continue this discussion and the next webinar, or maybe on one-on-one sessions if you need. Thank you.